welcome you to our tour today. For those of you who don't know me very well, my name is Kelsey and I am originally from Chicago. And my husband and I moved to Valencia, Spain last February. We're loving it, it's beautiful. And I have been taking quite a few trips lately, so this is one of the beautiful places that I am so excited to bring you to. So let's go ahead and get started. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Oh, can you see me? Hello, hello. Hello, welcome, welcome. Ah, there we go. Hello. Welcome, everyone. So happy to have you here today. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Oh, I'm so happy to see all of you. I have been at the Vodafone trying to get some internet. And it seems that we have been successful. So welcome. Okay, let's go to where it's not so noisy. Okay, so welcome everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Kelsey, and I am originally from Chicago. My husband and I moved to Valencia, Spain in February of last year, and we're loving it. Welcome everyone. Hi Linda. Hello Sharon B. Hello, welcome. And I Braga today, tomorrow, and the day after. And oh, it is so windy here. I'm pulling a Marilyn Monroe moment. I won't show it to you, but oh, it's very exciting. And we are here for just a few days. We came from Coimbra this morning. And I am staying with a lovely local couple. They speak no English and I speak no Portuguese. I said Deutsch for German and he said no. I said Français for French and he says no. And he says Español and I said un poquito and he goes me too. So we were communicating with un poquito of Spanish. So it was very exciting to check in and figure out what language to use. It's always an adventure here in these different European countries. So we are in Portugal today. We are going to see the Rome of Portugal. That is the official nickname for Braga. So we are starting at the very end of the old town, and we're going to walk into the old town together, and it's going to be beautiful. Do let me know where you are tuning in from today, and if you have been to Portugal before, if you have wanted to visit Portugal, if you have been to Lisbon or Porto. These are the two big cities in Portugal, and today we are in the third biggest city. So in case you wanted perhaps a bit more of a small town feel, Braga is your city to go to. So hello in Florida. Let's turn this around. You've seen enough of me. And we are going to walk in to where all of the beautiful old churches are. All of the old cobblestone streets are. Linda, your last holiday was in Portugal. Oh, that sounds delightful. Where did you go? What did you see? There is a festival here. St. John's Festival going on for next week. But as you can see, they have already put up the decorations. Isn't that beautiful? How very lovely. Oh, the southern bit, Linda. Oh, did you go to the Algarve, to Faro, to the beautiful water? Oh, it's so lovely in the south. I fully enjoy reminiscing about the south through you, through your previous vacation. So, Braga. This is a lovely place. It is one of the main historic cities of Europe, although you'd never know it because only in 2021 did Braga end up on the tourist map. Of course, it's always been here. We've always been able to explore it, but only in the last 3 years did tourists really start coming to this beautiful city. To give you a little bit of background, this is in the Minho region of northern Portugal, and it is the 3rd largest city here. So this is no small potatoes, as they say. First you have Lisbon, and then Porto, which is only about 45 minutes away, and then here in Braga. The 4th biggest city is Coimbra, which is what we saw for the past few days. It was lovely. So I am here for the next 3 days, I believe, and we are going to be exploring different parts of this northern region every day. Here is our very first stop. Isn't this beautiful? I'm reading your comments. I thought I had toured all over Portugal. Oh, hi, Chris. But you're taking us to places I've never been to. Hi from Chile. Oh, it was gorgeous. Oh, welcome everyone. So happy to have you here today. So, is this not so beautiful? This is the Teatro Circo. This is a 20th century revivalist theater, and it was designed by the architect João de Moura Coutinho. And as always, I apologize for my pronunciation. We are working on it. But in the meantime, let's admire the beautiful architecture here. So this was first inaugurated in 1915 on April 21st with a performance of Leoncavallo's operetta La Reginetta delle Rose. And that was perfect timing, Hakres, for your question. Is this a musical city? Yes, people are on the street corners with violins. People are singing. There are musical shops everywhere here. There's actually a string instrument. I can't remember what they are selling inside, but they have a huge cello outside. So I will take us over that direction so we can explore it together. So this follows a somewhat storied history where this included the first talking films, operettas, and public performances. This building was restored in 2006, thank goodness. But let me give you the full view here as I back up. I feel like I should have backup lights on, you know, like those Amazon trucks. Beep, beep, beep. Oh, still going. Here we go. Oh, isn't that so beautiful? So the first film was presented here in 1911. The theater was inaugurated with La Reginetta delle Rose, and it was performed by the Lisbon Theatre Company. That was the first performance, excuse me. The first film was Adventures of Catalina, and this was eventually turned into the circus performances here. So between 1919 and 1920, it was very sadly closed, but a few years later it reopened with the facade that you see here today. Now, as we walk on this lovely path, I do want to draw your attention to the architecture of the buildings that are used as commercial shops now. So, clothing stores and cafes, but they are beautiful. They look like castles. They look like palaces in themselves, don't they? Isn't that lovely? So Braga's abundance of historic buildings makes this an exciting destination for architecture lovers like myself, for history lovers, for food lovers, of course. There are some delicious goodies you can have here. There we go. And do check out the bushes that they use as shrubbery here. Why, yes, it is a type of cabbage, in fact. This is not used to feed the city of Braga, but it is used to ward away invasive plants that might take over during the times when the large arrays of flowers cannot be displayed. Do check out the building right in front of us here. This says Villa Theatre in Braga. They are now apartments. Don't you wish you could live in here? But these are called the Heritage Apartments of Braga. And this beautiful building was designed in 1922 by Mauro Coutinho, the same architect that built the theater Circo next door. It popped up very close to the original theater when they saw how well the first theater was doing, and had some extra funds to open a second theater right next door. We continue along our main path here and come to yet another famous historical building. This building, it does not have a specific date for available for public information, but this the historians predict this was built in the late 1800s. Do draw your attention to the azulejos, the beautiful blue tiles that are here on this building. I wish I could zoom in for you, but you know, we can get a little bit closer here. Let me go around. So the azulejos, we are headed into the old town where we will see lots of them. But these were these tiles on this building were the attempt to bring old Braga into the newer town. So this is still Old Town, but it is the newer part of Old Town, if that makes sense. And look how beautiful that is. So to give us a wee bit of info about these azulejos, these are, they have been called the miniature ceramic storytellers of Portugal. So they are deeply embedded in Portugal's history. It goes all the way back to the Moors. They are some of the most famous parts of Portugal. They do date back to the 13th century, and they really took hold in the 1600s with small polished stones. Aren't these beautiful? So azulejos have been applied to the facades of many, many buildings, specifically in Lisbon. But after the 1755 earthquake, the infrastructure needed to be rebuilt, and quite quickly. So the landscape of the city became almost like a theater set. The artistry, it gives you this feeling of hope, this feeling of growth in a time of recovery. I feel like it's very whimsical also. The usage of these azulejos have evolved recently as well. So during the 20th century, when these tiles were added specifically, the contemporary artists would put these azulejos on some of the more modern buildings to bring the old, the ancient into the modern. Aren't those beautiful? Don't you want to put them on your house or your apartment? I want to bring them all home and scatter them all around my kitchen. And here is what is called the Romeo and Juliet house of Braga. Now let me back up a little bit here so we can get the full effect. Even more. Isn't this beautiful? This is one of the stunning stone buildings here on this main path, and this is right next to the tourist office. So people are drawn to this beautiful building to explore the old time feeling of it. However, if you look very closely up in the top floors, you might notice some missing windows. They sort of look like the windows are open. They are not open. They are broken, and they have been either vandalized, although they are very high. So these are probably due to weather. It's very windy, very sunny, very rainy here. So the windows have probably been put through the ringer on this building, and that brings us to the conclusion that these top floors are abandoned. Can you imagine living in this building with literal gargoyles underneath your windows? What a stunning place to be here. The bottom floor is not, however. It is a pharmacy. So you can go in this historic yet very weathered building and get your cold medicine, your cough medicine, or some shampoo. in this beautiful pharmacy with this incredible door. But also don't miss the Romeo and Juliet balcony that you see here. Can't you just picture in Verona, in Italy, Juliet draping her hair along this balcony and Romeo below her? There's a man below the balcony, but he doesn't scream Romeo to me, but you know, what do I know? Isn't that beautiful? So this is the Juliet balcony building of Braga. And do look at these beautiful doors. I'm sure we're going to have a door competition in the Facebook group at some point soon, so enjoy all the doors we're going to see today. I'm actually going to take you down one of the sort of unknown streets that has some of the most beautiful doors that I've seen so far. So you can see we're getting a little bit closer to the city center here. Oh, thank you, Arlene. Thank you, Diane. Thank you, Sharon B. Thank you all for your donations. Now that I have a second phone chip, I can see I can see who's the names of them. So I just wanted to say that I appreciate your thoughtfulness. It does help me pay for the Airbnbs here, so much appreciated. I asked the young man that I bought the phone chip from about the festival. I said, what is the best part of this festival for you? And he goes, it hasn't started yet. Well, to me, it sure looks like it has started. Look at these. Look at the balloons. My goodness. Oh, for those of you asking how to tip, I did pin the link for the tips in the chat. You can use PayPal. You can quote Buy Me a Coffee on Buy Me a Coffee. It is a free to join and tip based tour. So thank you, everyone. Okay. Let's head in now to our main square. This is, I think, the only view that you have that does not have a church in it as we continue. This city has some of the highest numbers of churches in the world. Right after Rome, actually. There are, I think it is 62 churches within the city limits, which is quite small. The city itself is quite small compared to how many churches we have here. Is that not amazing? So this is our the Republic Plaza, the Grand Plaza. It is the heart of the city. This is where the historic side combines with the modern day. And what do I mean by that? Well, this section over here is our modern day. We'll talk about that as well. But this over here happens to be our castle of Braga. So let's wander over to the castle and see what we can see. I also just want to draw your attention to St. John here. They have put him up for in preparation for the festival next week. It is also a celebration today. It is St. Antoine's Day. Is that not so beautiful? So the Castello de Braga, this is a historical fortification. It has since been turned into the center of the city, the main square. You can see all the arches, the coat of arms here. I know it's a little bit difficult to see with the sun right behind, but I will get us a better view. Welcome everyone! Hi Rose, hi Lethargy, welcome! For those of you who are just joining, we are in Braga today. which is the third biggest city in Portugal. This is a live tour, and I am so happy to be able to share this with you. So, this is a historical fortification. The entire line does encircle the city. The defensive line does go all around the city, while the only remains of this actual building are the various gates and towers that we can see along this section here. Obrigada. This is one of, bright sun. This is one of the only remnants of the medieval castle that we have here. And I know it looks like there are azulejos on here, but you can see they are a little bit different from the azulejos you might be used to. So back in the 13th century, when the Moors were the rulers of Portugal, it was common to have these geometric shapes, the designs of the Arabic culture, in these cultural buildings, and the colors were often quite neutral. They were browns and dark greens, dark blues, a lot of tan, not too much color. So these tiles that you see here are actually some of the oldest tiles that you will see here in Portugal. And the way to tell is by their color. They are of the more original color palette, which were the natural hues that were popular in the day of the Moorish rule. Hi Shin, welcome. So this castle here, the original site was built in the 2nd century. That was the old castle. It has unfortunately since then been demolished, but it did have this rectangular plan with towers on each side, and it now has been replaced by the building that we see today. Let me show you a different view, which happens to involve a tower. How beautiful is this? Let's see how close we can get to the tower. You can see just how old these buildings are. You can see the paint peeling off of them. They all look weathered and tired and heavy, don't they? Okay, but we are going to head right on over to our castle of Braga. Oh, I'm getting messages that perhaps the PayPal link is not working. I will post a link for that in the Facebook group Explore with Kelsey, or send me a message at explorewithkelsey@gmail.com, and we will see what we can do. I apologize that it's not working though. Thank you for letting me know, everyone. Although I did receive a few tips from there, so maybe it's I don't know. I will have a look. So the demolition of the grounds here were in 1857, but this torre that we see here, Torre de Menangem, this has been here since the early time of Braga. Look at this architecture here. I'm hoping it might adjust with the sun so we can see its beautiful top. Oh, maybe a little bit. Almost there. Isn't that beautiful? So we can actually go right up to it. So let's go see what it feels like. These are the principal remnants of the castle, though. These were some of the original stones from over 1,000 years ago. How amazing is that? And you can even climb the tower if you are feeling especially brave. Look at that. In order to climb the tower, you do have to come here between 2 and 5:30 from Tuesday through Saturday. They are only open for just a few hours during the week. Isn't that beautiful? So this is a 30-meter high, or 90. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yes, this is a 30-meter high granite tower, and there were 5 original towers that guarded over the medieval walls. At the beginning of the 14th century, that was when King Denis ordered the reconstruction and strengthening of these national defenses. Let me show you what the steps look like. Look at this. Oh, how amazing! I'm reading your comments. Are you enjoying the tour, everyone? Have you been up the tower? I have not, Rose, but perhaps we can all climb it together during the next tour. I'll have to see how much energy I have for these steps, but you can see you go into the tower right here. So you don't actually climb all the way on the outside, which I think would be very beautiful. But there are some windows. You can see one here. Oh, there's some at the top too. Those are actually stained glass windows. I know we can't see it on the video, but I can see the little reflection. Isn't that amazing? So a little bit about the medieval walls. They had 5 towers like we spoke about, and 8 gates. Amazing. There is only 1 gate left over, and it is called the Porta Nova. And what do you know? This is not the Porta Nova, but here is one of the more original constructions. Oh, what is that alarm? Oh, that's quite distracting, isn't it? Look at these archways, aren't those beautiful? Okay. That alarm is not going off, so we're going to go this way. No one needs to hear that for so long. Oh, what a beautiful view. Wow. Who would climb this tower? How many steps do you think it has? In Valencia, we have 2 main towers that we climb, and also 2 castle gates, and they each have about 200 steps. And this is about the same height. So, in case anyone feels the energy to climb 200 steps, I will wave to you from the ground, but only because I am saving my energy to go climb one of the biggest staircases in the world. And it happens to be about 30 minutes from where I am staying here in Braga. We will all go together. Does anyone know what it's called? It is so, so beautiful. It is the Bom Jesus do Monte, which is, I'm reading your comments, yes, good cardio, which is the UNESCO World Heritage Site and the pilgrimage site here in this part of Portugal. Now, mind you, it is not this church that we are looking at. It is a ways away from the town, but I just wanted to give you a little bit of a foreshadowing as to what we're going to see in the next few days. Yes, we do have to work for the beautiful views at the pilgrimage site, though. There are 580 steps, and we then also have to climb to the garden, the bottom of the garden itself. Just wanted to give you a beautiful view of the doorway here. Look at that. Is that not so stunning? So this is, let me back up. Oh, actually, I'll show you some of the beautiful tiles before I back up a little bit. This is the Church of the Third Order of St. Francis. This was established in 1672. You can see the Latin here. And the construction officially began, the parish was established in 1672, and the construction here began in 1685. It took nearly 50 years to complete this beautiful church, but we do have, backing up, beep, beep, beep. We do have this lovely combination of both the Mannerism and the Baroque styles. This whole building is lined with tiles by Nicolau de Freitas from, does anyone want to take a guess as to when these tiles were placed here? How old do you think these tiles are? Because to me, they look to be, maybe 50, 60 years old. But what do I know? Because yes, Rose is indeed correct. They were placed here in 17... Oh! Man, they interrupt me right at the punchline. They were placed here in 1734. And this has been a church of public interest for the last 10, 15 years. Let me just show you another beautiful doorway before we continue. Would not have thought that. I know, I'm reading your comments. I wouldn't have thought that it was so, these tiles were so old either. How amazing. So I'm reading your comments. Are you pulling a suitcase? I've been hearing wheels on the street sounds when you walk. You all have excellent hearing. So when I give tours I carry my backpack on the ground like this, and this is actually my entire suitcase that I bring on the airplane. This is what I brought 9 or 10 days? 10 days worth of travel items in. And I am very proud to have never checked a bag, never checked a carry-on item. I only travel with a personal item. And when I arrive at my destination, I have often ended up with some serious back aches. Going, oh, why is my back hurting so much? Well, I started putting my backpack on a little rolly device, and since then I have had very little back issues when I travel. So when I give tours, I especially bring this because I usually, by the time I do the tour, I have usually bought quite a few fun things. And I also have all of my, oh, sorry for the sun. We're gonna get out of the sun here in just a second when I turn the corner. But yes, I have all of my touring gear with me, so it does get a little bit heavy. And plus I bring a huge water bottle. Rolling backpack, that's the ticket. Okay, oh, that's so much better. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, I love it. So we are getting more into the area of where the royalty is, or was. Someone in my previous tour actually had asked me if there is currently a king of Spain, or of Portugal. And to answer your question, no, there is no longer a royal family here. There is a prime minister who is elected, and that is the government. Rolling backpack. I'm reading your comments. You should have said you do tours on roller skates. Diane, that's hilarious. Yeah, Linda, that's so funny. Are you taking tips on Buy Me a Coffee for this tour? Oh yes, thank you for asking. The link is pinned in the chat there, so all of your donations are much appreciated. They do help me cover the cost of traveling here and the time off of teaching. In my non-touring time, I am a music teacher. I teach online to little children, and I teach them a variety of things. I am normally teaching them English, but through a subject. So for example, I teach them about the solar system with a focus on learning English. So thank you for your question, and thank you for all of your donations, everyone. Here is one of the coolest murals I have seen in a city so far. This is simply spectacular. This is a map of the city that shows the different cultural attractions, that shows the feel of the city. So we'll get up close and personal. You can see the families that are having a cuddle. You can see the children that are playing. Their hair is standing straight up as they run and jump in the fields, in the playgrounds. You can see the flowers, the sunflowers that are all over this area of Portugal. And then you can also see the inner city map here. Here's the original Roman gate that we spoke about. We will see that in one of the next tours here in Braga. There is so much to see. It's like Rome. You simply cannot see all of the beautiful things of Rome in one day. It is just impossible. You just can't do it. So that is why we are exploring this part of Braga today. This is one of the older parts of the city that we are going to see, including the Santa Barbara Gardens. We've got a little bit of a reflection, so we'll get a little bit closer. So to interrupt our exploration of the churches, all 62 of them, we are going to see the geometric designs, the nicely coiffed hedges, the colorful rose bushes of this garden here. Oh, look at how beautiful. I'm actually gonna wipe off my camera screen, or my lens. There we go. Oh, isn't that lovely? Look at how beautiful. I love all of the roses here. Oh. Here we go. Let's go a little bit this way. Let me tell you some more about this beautiful garden. This is the official garden of the She, which is Braga's Cathedral. We will need to see that on a separate tour because we're actually quite far away from it today. This is also right along the Archbishop's Palace of Braga, which we will see as we move along and enjoy all of the flowers. Who knew this would be a flower tour? How fantastic. Let me just show you some of these. I know, aren't these roses lovely? So this garden is a modern elaboration of the original garden that was here. In 1955, that is when we had some enhancements done to make this garden what it is today. Before we continue, let me just show you some of the more beautiful buildings that we can see here right next to the garden. Aren't these beautiful? So in the middle of the garden here, my little bag is stuck. Oh no. There we go. So in the middle of the garden, we have a nice statue of Saint Barbara on this fountain. And who is Saint Barbara? The patron saint of gardens, of course. She was often portrayed as someone who was chained and in a tower, but she is a popular saint. She is best known as the saint of military engineers because of her legend's association with lightning. So despite these legends that detail her story, the earliest references to her supposed 3rd century life do not actually appear until the 7th century. So there were some historical doubts about her story, her life, how she became a saint. But I will save you the gruesome details that are best told by the guide Natalie that involve beheadings. But we can now enjoy her fully headed in this beautiful garden here. Let me show you some more of the roses. Aren't those lovely? Oh, how very nice. And then here are some of the designs. You can see the geometric patterns of this garden. And now, let's go a little bit over to the Archiepiscopal Palace of Braga. This is right here, first of all. This is, or it was founded in the year 388 by Paternus, who became the first bishop of Braga. This was founded, though, this being an archiepiscopal palace, was founded officially in the year 1071, and since then it has passed through many hands, many important historical figures that have preserved this beautiful public space for us to enjoy. Isn't that so stunning? Oh, thank you, Linda. Thank you, Scott B. Thank you, Lori. Thank you, Anne. Thank you all for your donations, everyone. Much appreciated. Okay. And let me give you a nice view of some more of these roses while I tell you a little bit more about what we are going to see in the next few days. We are going to head to the Cathedral of Braga, which will be beautiful. My mother would be so proud. I actually went to a mass today. It was one of those situations where you walk around with your camera in a beautiful religious space, and suddenly you realize you're surrounded by a lot of local grandmothers, and they sternly are looking at you to sit the heck down and stop clicking away on your camera. And now, mind you, it started very quickly. So in my defense, normally when a mass starts, I scooch out of there quite quickly as to not disturb anyone. But I was too far up in the pews to make an exit. So I went to mass. And for those of you who know a little bit about my history, I'm not religious, but I very much appreciate the religious buildings in all of the places that I go. So it was such an interesting and beautiful experience to, first of all, hear a mass in Portuguese. So just to hear the language being spoken, and then also with the storytelling, the way that the priest was speaking, it was such a neat and cultural experience. So that's actually something I would encourage all of you travelers who are perhaps on a budget to consider, no matter your religion. The churches, oftentimes now anyway, the bigger ones, will have an entrance fee. But if you are going to Mass and you don't have your camera out and about, clicking away, speaking in your native language, if you are dressed nicely, then put your recording devices away and go enjoy the 45 minutes of peace and quiet, of calm. So, this is where I shall leave you today. This gives you a little hint of where we're going to pick up in the next few days here. Thank you all so much for joining me in this beautiful city of Braga, the third largest city in Portugal. And we will take our selfie here by some roses. 3, 2, 1. Such unfortunate lighting, but I actually have one more fun selfie adventure for us that is something I have yet to see in any other place. And then I also have a fountain of a dragon. So here are some wings that we can actually sit on. This is a public art feature. There are 4 of them lined up along this street. So we will smile again. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let me take you to our last location. This is so cool. So this is a statue of a dragon that is in this fountain. How amazing! So thank you all for your donations. I am getting the notifications. Oh, thank you, Diane. Thank you, Sharon A. Thank you, everyone. Aren't these cool? So tomorrow, be on the lookout at the calendar at my Facebook group, Explore with Kelsey, because I will be posting a last-minute surprise tour, depending on where we can get to during a touring time. So I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow and Thursday and Friday, and on Saturday I'm going to be doing some tours of Porto. They are not posted yet, nothing is posted yet, but do be on the lookout for the calendar for those. And thank you for sharing this little bit of Braga with me. I am looking at your comments. Thank you for such a lovely tour. Thank you for putting the tours on YouTube. I will try to catch up later. Not much of a break at work. Oh no, Cynthia. Yes, all of the tours are for now on YouTube, so do catch up. They will not be on there forever, so do, they're not being deleted tonight, but do catch up if you'd like within the next week or so. Thank you, that was lovely. Only coping using predictive as I had cataract surgery and can't cope with tipping mechanism till I can see. Polly, that is totally fine. Please heal and get better. I'm so happy to have you here at the tour. Linda, thank you for showing us around. Oh, thank you, Linda. Wonderful tour. Thank you, Rose. You're such a lovely tour. Thank you, Lethargy. Thank you, Shin. So nice seeing all of your beautiful faces. Oh, thank you, Satyam. Good to see you. So please like the video if you enjoyed it. And oh yes, this, as you all know, this is a free to enter and tip-based tour. So please feel free to tip whatever you think the tour was worth. If you really enjoyed it, then thank you very much. And if you did not enjoy it, my name is Carol, and we are in Croatia today. Just kidding. All right, thank you everyone. See you next time. Goodbye. Thank you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. All so much for coming. Thank you for your donations, for your tips, for your PayPals. And as always, thank you for being a part of my traveling family. I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye everyone. Don't forget to follow and like this video for more with me, Explore with Kelsey.